Hey, I'm Brent Richards, Operations Director at Way FM Alabama, and this episode of Waking Up Alabama is going to be awesome. We are talking with a little author named Elisa St. Julian, and she's absolutely going to blow you away on the day when she met Walt. Don't miss this. Hi, Elisa. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I think we've got the greatest little setup going here. It's kind of like a tea party, but today it's a book party.
Yep.
Right? So, Elisa, tell me, now this is sometimes a frowned upon question for a lady, but how old are you?
I'm 9.
9 years old, and you wrote this book at what age?
I started when I was 5 and finished when I was 6.
Wow. So tell me a little bit about why you wanted to start writing books.
So my mom was writing a book, and I went upstairs into her room, and I said, hey, can I write a book too? Because I wanted something to do. And she said, maybe when you get older. So I went back downstairs, and maybe a week later, the doorbell rang. So I went outside, and there was a package. I opened it, and it was a book writing kit. I got the book writing kit, and we started writing books. While she was writing hers, I was writing mine.
Wow. So how did you get the idea for this book called The Day I Met Walt?
So one day I met this man. His name is Walt at a place called Huntsville Dream Center.
Mm-hmm.
And he was homeless for a long time. And he was singing a song called Amazing Grace, which was my favorite song.
It is a good song, isn't it?
Yes. And he looked at me and he said, I'll be right back. So I went to a room and gave me this stuffy. I call him Moo Moo.
Moo Moo. And did you tell Walt a funny joke?
Yes, I did.
Tell me the joke.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Actually, I was wrong. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Where did the cows go on the first date?
Where?
To the movies.
Love it. My kind of humor. So you hung out with Walt, and so that's what kind of inspired this book. But then you have another book. It's called The Day Walt Met Me.
Yes.
So tell me about that.
So that book I started when I was 6
Okay.
and finished when I was 7. And so it's mostly about Walt's side of the story and about what he went through. And later in the book, he died. It was very sad.
I bet. Was that hard for you?
Yes, it was very hard. I cried for a long time.
That's tough. But tell us about how God has used these books, though, to bring such joy to people.
So I've been reading this book for a long time to people. I've read it to schools, a lot of churches, and I've read it to certain people, like family members and friends.
Yeah.
And it's been a good thing for me that I get to have the honor of reading a book that I wrote to somebody else to help their lives, make their lives happier and more joyous and blessed.
Yeah.
And it's just been amazing seeing their testimonies and what's been going on.
Yeah. So what would you tell someone, whether young or old, that just has this desire to do something for God, and they're afraid or they feel like they can't do it? What would you tell them today?
Well, number one, you probably want to pray, because if God doesn't want you to do something, He'll tell you, but He'll always make it where there's something better for you, and there's something, a calling on your life to do something. And so when He says yes, you shouldn't be scared about it, because God is always with you, and no matter what, He will always be with you.
What in the world? So tell me this. Tell me about this puzzle piece.
So one day I was in my bed and my mom was putting me to bed, and God sometimes just downloads stuff to me. And so I just thought about this. Life is like a puzzle. Sometimes when you're putting a puzzle together, you might find some pieces, but you have to put them aside and work on other pieces. And sometimes in life you might go somewhere and you might get something done. God might have shown you something that you might be doing in the future, but you're not going to do it right now. That's when you have to kind of stop and push those puzzle pieces aside and wait for later. And sometimes when you have pieces, certain pieces, they'll be not right. So you might put some pieces together. It seems like it fits, but it actually doesn't. So you take those pieces off and find the right piece. Like sometimes in life, you think you're supposed to do something, but you're actually not. God has a better calling for your life.
Childlike faith. Man, if we could just apply this to our world, we could probably see a whole lot better things. Lisa, you are the best and most precious thing in the world. Thank you so much for just sitting here and just downloading truth on us today that God has downloaded into your life.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.